So hello and welcome to another video blog interview. I have Ashley here. Hey, Ashley.
Hi.
Thanks for joining me. So Ashley Bishop Lapierre, is that how you say your last name? Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, is here with me today, and she's a registered psychologist in Calgary. And we probably met, how long has it been now? Has it been like 2.5-ish years, probably something like that?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, we met for coffee at a second cup, chatted a bit. That was the first time. So I'm so honored to have you. So you work with mainly clients like women with mental health kind of struggles, is that right? And then also couples, is that kind of your focus?
Those are my two kind of areas of focus, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so if you want to tell everybody a little bit more about you and about your business, like your practice, that would be great.
Sure. So my name is Ashley Bishop Lapierre, and I'm a registered psychologist based out of Calgary. And I do work in a private practice. My private practice is called Hopeful Horizons. And like you said, Renee, I do work with women's mental health concerns, and then I also do some couples counseling with women's mental health. I like to say that I have a bit of a special sensitivity to the unique pressures and expectations that are put on women. So a lot of the things I work with women, of course, men would struggle with a lot of these things too, but from my training and my experience, I take a lens that focuses on how it impacts women. So I find myself working quite frequently with depression, self-esteem, body image, disordered eating. So I do a lot of technical work with women. And I am influenced quite strongly in my work with the health at every size model.
Yeah, so that's what I want to get into
Right.
today a little bit more. Yeah, so tell me a little bit about like how you found health at every size, or if like you already had those values and then kind of found the health at every size community, or if you found the health at every size community and then made that more of your life, or like how that really kind of unfolded for you.
So I've always had an interest in working with clients around body image, self-esteem, disordered eating. So I was working in a nonprofit in those areas and working very much from the traditional approach, which of course is very much influenced by diet culture. So that's how I work with these clients. And it was actually a dietitian who recommended the book Beyond a Shadow of a Diet, which is by Linda Bacon. It's a book for therapists, or one for the general public, is health at every size. But I picked Beyond the Shadow of a Diet, which was an introduction to health at every size, and everything just fit. It made sense entirely. And see how it would work so well with the clients I was working with and be such a better fit than what I was doing with them already. So that book for me was really my introduction into the health at every size world. And yeah, I've been working from that approach ever since.
And when you started reading that book, I know for me, when I started kind of reading some information, it definitely challenged a lot of my deep-rooted like diet culture beliefs and maybe how I existed in the world and how I even view things in my own life. How did it start to shift like in your own life, your body kind of like relationship with food, relationship with your body, even like how you talked about bodies to other people or how you kind of saw things? What did that look like in terms of that shift for you?
Yeah, so the shift for me, to be honest, so it felt very valuable for clients. And so I immediately brought it into my work with clients. And to be completely honest, I was quite a bit hesitant, a little skeptical of finding towards myself right away. So I was working with this approach with clients, but then part of me, for my own personal relationship with food and body, I was not ready to give up diet culture. I came a few years later when I fully embodied it for myself. yeah, I've used it for clients first,
Mm-hmm.
and then the journey came much further on where I started to apply it for myself.
Yeah, that I think that happens
Mm.
a lot as caring professions, like professionals. We're like, oh yes, I could see the benefit, but I'm good.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm really okay. I can handle diet culture and keep
yeah.
that going in my life. Whereas, but for clients, would be so helpful for them, not
Mhm.
for me.
So what did that look like doing that work for yourself? Like what did that really entail and what did that mean? Yeah, like your own kind of like journey.
My own journey, yeah. So I was never a big dieter,
Mhm.
but I always connected appearance with worth. There was very much that connection there for me, and
Mhm.
very much there's a strong belief that thin is good, big is bad, and I embodied a lot of that for a lot of years. And
Mhm.
for a while, I was socially in that socially accepted body.
Mhm.
And so it was easy to feel good about myself. But then my body started changing and I got away from that ideal a little bit more. And it became a little bit harder to find that body, that happy body.
Mhm.
So I found help at every size. I was working with my clients. I was aware of it,
Mhm.
but I didn't fully go there myself. And I gotta say it was when I had my son that I
Mhm.
started going there. And all of a sudden, my relationship with my body shifted. That my body is no longer this thing that is supposed to look good, but it's this vessel that produced life, and sustained life, and feeding life. And so at that point on, I had this different relationship with my body, and especially postpartum, where there could be a lot of pressure to get actual weight, your body, all of that. And I instead took a different approach and looked at my body with a lot more gratitude. And
Mhm.
since then, I've been having a relationship with my body where it's more what what can my body give me? What can my body do for me? More so the functional piece about bodies rather than, okay, my body needs to look a certain way.
Mm-hmm. Hooray. Like, it's so liberating, right? I know. Yeah, and everybody's journey looks a little bit different. And I always think too, like we have to do our own work as healthcare professionals so we can really help the people in our life that we're helping as our clients. And as dietitians and psychologists, we're not immune to diet culture. Like that is part of the world we live in. So like, why would we be immune to diet culture? We have to do our own work too. Yeah, that's looked like doing the intuitive eating like program, and that helped me. Even becoming an intuitive eating counselor helped me with like my own stuff, so that I could then be like show up in a better way for my clients. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I tell my clients that. I tell them that it is going against the grain more or less, and it
Mhm.
is tough. And even though I've been doing this work for many many years, there's still days where I wake up and I'm not feeling so great about my body, or a little voice in the back of my head says maybe you should start going on a diet. So that's still there, and we still struggle with that.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a great point. Like, I've talked to a lot of people because they always think, like, a lot of times that there's sort of this like end game of like, I hear I won't have any negative thoughts about my body, or I won't want to diet, or everything will be perfect. And I really emphasize too, like, that's not necessarily the case. It's kind of like an up and down a bit. And some days don't feel as good, but you have the tools to like acknowledge that and to still stay the course.
Absolutely. It's more bigger picture that we have
Mhm.
a relationship with our body, but absolutely there are bad days still.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. So give me an idea now of that health at every size approach, how that's really changed, like how you work with your clients, and maybe even how that shifted your practice into who you see. And now you really focus on kind of a certain type of client that you help and what that looks like.
Right. So with when clients come to me wanting to work on or eating or body image, self-esteem can be very much connected with body as well. But even depression and anxiety, all these things are because diet culture is so strong and because of the pressures and expectations of women, we often do start talking about body to some degree. And so what that looks like is we often start breaking it down and looking at some of the messages they received growing up around how we should look, around body, around weight, around food. So really digging deep into maybe how some beliefs came to be. And we start talking about changing relationship with body and self. So, and changing the relationship with ourselves, we recognize that we are more than our bodies. We have lots of great qualities to offer the world, lots of great things about us, and it's so easy to get fixated on I have to look a certain way, looks are important, and just conversations with clients recognizing, hey, I'm a lot more than just my body. I have a lot more to offer the world. A lot of conversations around that, and then in changing the relationship with body. I often talk to clients about that shift of what I was talking about my personal story, going from seeing the body as a physical entity that needs to look a certain way, and there's a very narrow view of what that needs to look like. We shift it and start to say, what can your body give you? Your body for you. So it's looking at your body more in terms of function and what it can give you, and not just something that needs to look good for other people. So basically through all those conversations, we are moving in a place of self-acceptance and body acceptance.
That's beautiful. Such valuable work for people.
Yeah, and it could be so powerful to think about your body, to think about yourself in a different way.
Yeah, I love the beauty redefined, like kind of what you're talking about really brings that up, and I'll link that in too for people underneath, but really talking about like your body as like kind of a vessel for your life instead of an ornament for like everybody's viewing pleasure kind of thing. It's definitely a nice shift in thinking. Yeah, great. Well, thank you so much. Where can people find you if they want to work with you or learn a bit more about the work that you do?
Sure. So I'm on social media. I have Instagram and Facebook, and my handle would be at hopefulhorizons.ca for both of those, and then my website being www.hopefulhorizons.ca.
Perfect. Yeah, and I will link those under this video in the blog as well, so you can follow Ashley. You have such inspirational posts. They always make me kind of like sit back and think about things in a different way. I really feel like you take an out of the box kind of look at some of the things that maybe we're just like used to taking for granted and seeing a certain way. I really love the way your mind works. You really put stuff out there to challenge me all the time. So yeah, I appreciate that. Okay, thank you, Ashley. Have a great day. Thank you for this, and take care, everybody.
Bye.
See ya.